been a while since we've said hi to one of our buddies in 21 Pilots. In fact, of all the times we've chatted with you guys, I don't think we've ever had you independently, and I wasn't sure if you were even able to operate when not side by side. But ladies and gentlemen, the return of Josh Dunn on KROQ. What's up, Josh?
You're kind of correct. You're half correct. I mostly don't know how to operate without Tyler here, but we're gonna do our best.
Can you talk crap about Tyler since he's not here?
No, contractually, no.
It's very funny because of all of the bands we've had the opportunity to chat with over the years, we always thoroughly enjoy sitting down with both of you because a lot of times you guys just go back and forth and we can just sit back and watch you guys go at it, and then they go, that's our time, and we go, all right.
I know, now we have to put in effort.
Now we got to actually work for this one, but it's a pleasure to talk to you again. First of all, happy belated birthday. I know this was the week of your birthday. How did you celebrate?
I played drums actually. Yeah, it was perfect. I played drums, I boxed, and I ate cookies.
It's a perfect day.
What's the goat
Yeah,
cookie?
I mean, there's it was like there was some sugar cookies with like some stuff, whatever the thing is on, like the icing, and some Oreo cookie. There was actually a lot of cookies. I had too many cookies.
That's why I had a box. Got to work out all those cookies.
Box and drum.
Yeah,
Work
yeah.
it all off.
Life's about balance.
It's all about that balance. And I've seen you backstage right before you guys have gone out. I think that was a few years back at KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas. But even to watch up until the last second, even till the second before you even go on the stage, you are still doing some sort of cardio. I've seen it happen. It's wild to watch. You've done more in the 11 seconds before you go on stage than I've done in the last decade.
Well, yeah, I think that I don't know. I always just want to make sure that I can try and perform that show as, you know, this thing that I did when we kind of like wrote the songs and we're playing them in the early days. And, you know, life catches up with you, and I want to, you know, try my best to stay on top of it, but you know, who knows?
Well, I think you were doing the backflip off the piano way before Benson Boone. I feel like he gets all the credit. And it's like, oh, he's doing all these backflips. But now that you're on tour again, are you going to one-up Benson? Are you going to do something else? Are you training for that?
Maybe a double backflip?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's definitely, I could tell that he knows what he's doing way more than me. I literally, like, when it was probably 2012 and we're like getting ready to play a show, and it was like in a gymnasium that had like mats, like, you know, whatever it is, like gymnastic mats. And we were bored, and I was like, I'm gonna try and do a backflip off the stage. And you know, like Tyler and our buddy Mark was there and helping spot me and stuff, and I landed it. And then I remember just being like, I'm just gonna try and do this in the show. And we kind of like worked it into a song. But I could tell Benson Boone's been, you know, he knows what he knows the technicalities of it way more than me.
Yeah,
I'm definitely primed to get hurt probably more than he is.
Right. Yeah, we've got already bets. The new tour, Will They Survive, unscathed, and then of course new music, and we'll get into all of that. But it's actually so exciting for us to, you know, Allie and I have always joked for the longest time about every time you go to Guitar Center, they try to tell you about their band, the guy with the ponytails, like, hey, we're playing a little show. I think that 21 Pilots may be the most successful story that has ever started at a Guitar Center, right? I mean, of all of the bands, is there any other band that's as big as you guys that started with two people meeting through Guitar Center?
Man, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I was working there, and actually the guy, our buddy Chris, he was playing drums with Tyler at the time, and he was working at Guitar Center. And I kind of met Tyler through him because he and I were friends, and Chris and I are still, Chris and Tyler are all still close. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of where it started, really. And yeah, I love it. That was one of my favorite jobs too.
It's great.
Can you still get an employee discount?
I don't think so. I haven't been in a little while, but maybe if I throw out my employee ID, maybe they'll hook me up.
What's crazy about it is that's where it all began, and then here we are now. And your most recent, song, "The Contract," was, I believe, the biggest single in your entire career. Which means that I would imagine whenever there's time between albums or songs, you go like, do we still have it? You have to ask yourself that. And then for it to go even bigger than anything you've done before, and that's Heathens and all the monster hits that have been released, that's got to make you feel pretty good.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're dead on with that. I think, yeah, anytime we put out something new, I'm kind of just like, man, people are over it. It's like people are kind of like, okay, we get it. We've heard enough. And so, yeah, it is. I think, yeah, seeing people enjoying it and people listening to it, it makes me really happy.
I wanted to get your opinion on something that we were talking about on the show. I think, Klein, we were talking about this off the air, but Sabrina Carpenter was talking about concerts at shows and phones at shows, and how there should be more concerts without any cell phones. And as you guys embark on this new tour, Breach and the Clancy tour, do you feel like you agree with that? I know that phones are such a big part of everyone's concert experience now, but maybe she's got a point.
Yeah, there are definitely, like, comedians will tour and say no phones, and they have even like bags you got to lock your phone up in so you can't record it, which makes sense. I do think in our early days we relied on people posting videos and photos from our show, and kind of like spread the word a little bit. And things are different than they were for us, which I'm very grateful for. But at the same time, I personally can't get rid of like some of the old like feelings that I had. Like when we're not on tour, I'm always just kind of like, the band is just doing nothing now. It's just failing because we're not playing shows, and because that was our mindset early on. With the phones, I do think, yeah, it can. There are two sides of it. There is one where it's kind of like, how many times have you taken a video or a photo of fireworks at the 4th of July? And then it's just like, do you watch the fireworks back? Like
No.
how many videos are on your phone or of fireworks that you actually go and watch or show your friends? Like, look at this. So part of me is kind of like, it's a similar thing where it's just like, I'm taking this because I feel like I should, because it's like, it's a memory, I guess, that is cool or would be cool. But like, realistically, am I going to go back and watch these videos or have these photos from this show? Some people maybe, but I think it might be close to the fireworks.
Yeah, but think about it. If you land that double backflip and no one's there to capture that on their phone, then why even bother doing the double backflip? Or did it even happen? Right?
Did it even happen?
That's the question.
Yeah, and some people might have been getting like a drink or popcorn or something, and their buddy, filmed it and can show them. So yeah, I think the cell phone should stay, but maybe everyone just space it out. Everyone communicate with each other, and there's like this person's like, I got this song, I'll film it and then airdrop it to all of you guys. You get the next song. So there's just one phone at a time.
I know.
There we go.
For me, it's the guy in front of me is always taking a way better video than I am.
I'm so
jealous.
Like,
can I just have that?
Yeah, give me that one.
Yeah.
Well, the BMO Stadium show, BMO Stadium show sold out instantly, right? So then you guys have announced a second show, and that's always very exciting. Those tickets pre-sale today at 10 a.m. and then general public tomorrow at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster. When you sell out a show instantly, that's always the goal. Do you know, like, when you think you maybe have a night off, and you're like, oh, that's cool, do the show, LA, then I have a night off. And then they go, well, good news, it sold so quickly, we're going to do another show. It's bittersweet, right? I mean, you got to be happy that so many more people want to see you, but also you're kind of like, oh, man, that was my pickleball day.
Yeah. No, there is some truth to that. I think, I mean, we've always loved playing in LA, so I will say, and also, it's rare that we play a stadium. So I think it's going to be special. I think both nights will be special. I will have to forego the pickleball night.
Yeah, bummer.
Which is tough, but we'll just have to push it to the next night, I think.
Yeah.
But no, it's awesome, man. I like I said, we started. I mean, I started off just playing drums and Guitar Center, and then Tyler and I we played a show for 2 people one time. But in our minds, we played it to BMO Stadium, sold out, and now the time has come. And
what's crazy is, Allie, the first time we introduced 21 Pilots on stage to a group of people, they were not even playing the main stage. They were playing the pre-stage.
What year was that? Was like
2014, I
10
think,
years
or something
ago.
like that. But I mean, that's crazy to think now that they're still taking our calls after all these years. But greatly appreciate. Josh Dunn is on KROQ now. Why do you believe, because you have to, that this album that will be coming out in September is your best album ever?
I guess it's kind of just like I guess the real answer is just is.
Yes.
But I think that I mean, in theory, I've just kind of had this thing since I graduated high school. I was kind of just like, high school sucked. I want life to be better than that. I personally didn't like high school. And so I was kind of just like, man, I want to get better as a person and a musician, and we should always be growing. At some point, there's a plateau, and that might be now, but I don't. I
Thank
think
you.
that like
In this moment
I
with
would
us,
like it.
thanks.
We're a part of your plateau. Great.
Yeah, well, not now, but it probably would have been. It would be after this phone call.
Right. Yeah.
Later.
Got
You're
it.
not part of it. But yeah, I don't know. I think like there's a lot of data collected through touring and playing shows and putting out albums and seeing people's responses, that you just don't have in the early days. And I think that it's like hopefully collecting the right data to create the right songs and put together the right set list to play a show, um, and just making something that we love, that that people really love. So I think it'll be our best album.
All right, you heard it here.
Ever.
Breach will be the best album in the history of 21 Pilots, out in September.
Yeah. Do you ever ask Debbie's opinion if you're not sure about a song and she listens and she's like, guys, this is trash? Or like, hey, this is great.
But I think a lot of times, like she'll, because like, yeah, Tyler and I will send stuff back and forth and work on a song for a while and really push it down the field. And sometimes just be a little bit, I don't know, just feel like maybe it's not great. And Debbie is kind of one that's just like, she's singing it all day in the house and it's encouraging. And so I'm kind of just like, all right, maybe it's, maybe we like it. Maybe it's cool. Maybe we push and we fight for it a little bit. But yeah, she does. But she's very encouraging. She likes my band, so that's a good.
That's important.
Josh Dunn of 21 Pilots, our favorite half of 21 Pilots, is on with us right now. We're not supposed to say that publicly, but what the hell? We're chatting about the new album, the new tour. We've got tickets to give you, the just added second date, which will go on sale, pre-sale, 10 a.m. today. Ticketmaster, that will sell out as well, so I would get them while you can if you don't win them from us. As always, we like to wrap up any chat on KROQ with not one but two epic questions. Questions so epic that they need their own theme song to get to, and we have Josh Dunn of 21 Pilots. Allie, what is epic question number one for Josh?
All right, Josh, if you ever boxed professionally, name one ass you know you could kick.
Oh man, I will preface with just saying that I box for fun and to just kind of train, and it's a very similar cardio workout to our show. So that's kind of why I started it. So I'm not in it to beat anybody up, but I guess I would say my dog. I know I could
Wow,
win.
that's messed up. Yeah,
That is
you
crazy.
could kick your dog's ass.
Yeah, it's messed up, but it's true. It is true.
All right. What did Jim ever do to you to make you say that you would kick his ass?
Poor
That's so
dog.
messed. Poor dog.
Yeah.
Epic question number two. Everyone talks about how smart people are using AI all the time, chat GPT, etc. What is the dumbest thing you've used AI or chat GPT for?
I don't really use it. I don't use it too much, and now I realize that can be a hot button topic now. But there was my brother was over and we were watching TV show late, and we will just rile each other up and be like, let's keep watching another show. And eventually I was like, I'll do one if I can have another bag of popcorn. And he asked chat GPT if I could or if it was smart. And basically said that I could, as long as I don't just keep going all night eating the popcorn.
I've
stupid.
found that ChatGPT is very validating.
Yeah,
Probably
very.
the
It's
worst
just like,
use
sure,
of
go for it.
using AI.
Yeah, no, we don't use it for the right reason. Bob, you'll be happy to know, by the way, we just had
we froze
Cheech on
up.
of Cheech
I
and
lost
Chong.
it.
Cheech claimed that he believes popcorn is the greatest munchy food ever, and that's Cheech of Cheech and Chong. So you're in good company there.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of right there too. I do think it is. It's kind of perfect. It's mostly air, so
Right.
you can't.
Can't argue with that. Guys,
Yeah.
21 Pilots, we've been supporting you for a very, very long time. I would like to say since just after your Guitar Center days. Pleasure to have you back on with us on KROQ. Congratulations ahead of time on the new album. Hopefully You can get to the studio in September when the album drops, of course, Breach. And then right now you've got the Clancy Tour, which is going to be happening. A new date was just added. Get the pre-sale tickets while you can, 10 a.m., and then tomorrow for the general public. And we've got a pair to give you right now. As always, Josh, pleasure to chat with you again on KROQ. Thanks for being on. Happy birthday, all that good stuff.
Thank you, guys. And it is always great to talk to you. So I appreciate it.
Thanks, Josh.
Great Josh Dunn.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Josh.